Artillery will always be the king of battle.
Well, you're always going to have boots in the ground, without a doubt. But I think we haven't stopped exploring any of those options. I think is probably the best way to answer it. 15, well, even 20 years ago, there was a big push to get rid of any type of obstacles, that could be left on the ground. We were getting rid of the minefields and things like that. So there was a big push to say, how can we do things that either self-detonate or go for the audio, like the microwaves and things like that. So that research hasn't stopped. In the last 10 years, we've put a lot more effort into fighting what's going on the ground right now. So the anti-personnel things, that's not really where we're after. It is very defensive mode that we're in right now. And back to the rebuilding that we were talking about earlier, it is that sociological piece that's going on in the tactics today on the battlefield. Is the research and development still going on for the next war? Sure. It's just... Sure. I think we will explore all options. And then those that, we can kind of get into the administrative piece of this. But, every 3 years, 4 years at the Pentagon, they take a hard look at our requirements. We get a new Chief of the Navy, we get a new Chief of Staff of the Army, and they look at, they try to take their best guess, and they put that research and development money into certain things. We go out and we test it. We see what the enemy reaction is to those things, and then we make hard political decisions on which ones we're going to finance. The F-22 for the Air Force is a great example. Air Force would tell you they'd love to have 100, 200 of those things out there. We made a very political decision that said, we're going to see what our enemy's doing, mainly China right now. We think we got enough F-22s to combat them, and then we'll just ramp up if we ever get into a fight. So those those are political decisions, not military tactical decisions that are made from us. We're always saying, hey, we want to test the next technology. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're on the offensive if possible. But those are typically political decisions that get made on the finance.
As far as the weapons side go, I will mention that just in the last, I think, 3 months, a new grenade launcher was fielded to the Army in Afghanistan, and it's got something like a 50% longer range. It's a smaller grenade, so less collateral damage that we talk a lot about, and it's also incorporating smart technology. So, for example, if a sniper is hiding behind a barricade, you can program the grenade to explode 18 inches past that barricade, so you take away his protection. So yes, there are technologies always being developed. On the Navy side, I know we've just they're working on a magnetic railgun that, and I know they just broke. 2 years ago, they broke the record for the number of joules, and I don't remember the exact term. Somebody here might know it, but it was, I think 4 megajoules, was the gold standard, the best anybody had done, and the Navy did that, and they just did 16. And what they've said is that I think they need 64 megajoules for an operational weapon. So we have to double and redouble over what is cutting edge now to make an operational weapon. I know the CIWS that I talked about earlier, they're developing a laser not to replace it, but to just be added onto it. So there's always, what technology that exists now that we can just make a little bit better. It's always, there's always that, that thought. And I know the military employs a lot of smart people. There's an organization called DARPA, I think it got mentioned earlier, Defense Advanced Projects Administration, and they're always, I mean, literally, these are the people who, apologies to Al Gore, these are the people who invented the internet. 30 years ago, these are the people who came up with fiber optic, GPS. Who here has a GPS in their car? That's a military technology, that was developed for the military that's now in civilian use. So, there's constant, we take the best of civilian technology and adapt it and make it better, and then hopefully turn it back around and push it back out.